Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob.
I'm Sabrina.
And we are fixing up a 1953 farm home here on the Homestead. We're trying to make this property more sustainable, self-sufficient, but also have some modern amenities.
Like air conditioning.
So in this video, we're going to actually put in a mini split air conditioner, which also has a heat pump. We're going to mount it right here on the wall in our main common living area. And at the end of the video, we're going to tie this thing into our solar power. So stay tuned and see if we can make that work. Alright, so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to unbox the product, show you what comes with it, and then throughout the video as we do the install, we're going to show you what we bought separately. Now keep in mind, this company is catered toward professional installers. They are not technically a DIY type of company. They do prefer working with a licensed HVAC installer. Around here we don't have any building codes or any issues like that. If you don't feel comfortable with any part of this process, certainly hire it out, you know, running the electric over. We've done a lot of that work. We're not HVAC people, but last time we installed this, it went pretty smooth. I mean,
And don't worry, if you come across a hiccup, they have wonderful customer service and their tech support is spot on.
Right, they are based, their tech support is here in the US, so they're easy to reach. But what attracted me to Innovair the first time when we initially bought it, no relation with the company, was the price point was great for the specs. It has a 19-seater. This is the identical model that we installed last time. And our goal here is, again, to run this on solar power. That's why we had the 120 volt unit, because our inverter is 120 volt. They do have 220 options as well. But again, we're going to go through, we're going to unbox this, we're going to show you what it entails. We're going to install, this is not a step-by-step video, but it's going to give you the overall process, and if there's anything that intimidates you, definitely hire a licensed electrician or HVAC tech.
Now, you do need to keep in mind it does come on a freight truck, so you need to have accessibility. But don't worry, if you don't have accessibility, you can arrange with the freight carrier to be able to pick it up.
Yep, so that makes it a little bit easier for you too. So let's get into this and let's get this thing installed. It's hot in here. Get cutting into this, get this project started. It's packaged pretty good, tape and staples and banding on a pallet, so it's no joke. The smaller, longer box is the inside unit. I should call it the head unit or the air handler. So this is all of your goodies here. Looks like your remote, which is actually newer. This is newer than the one we had. So this is the drain for the outside unit, if I recall correctly. And here we have all of your literature. Wow, look at that, user's manual. That tells you everything. It's extremely comprehensive. So if you have any doubts on how to install this, I think they got you covered. You got the remote control manual. Comes with a AI home Wi-Fi app, so that's cool. So you got mounting hardware. This is for your drain line. Looks like you got a lot of goodies in here. So let's not lose any of that. Mounting bracket, copper lines, your drain line, and this thing is pretty sleek looking. Alright, so it looks like we got our drain line, some putty for the sleeve, the wrap for the drain, and here is our control wire. Awesome. And then here is our copper lines. Alright, so this is the bracket off the back of the head unit. I'm going to mount this on the wall first, position it, and then we can start drilling holes through the wall, get our copper run, get our wires run, and get this install started. So I've already marked center on my bracket. I have my center line, and I'm coming 8 inches off the ceiling. I'm probably going to end up just putting a screw right through the bracket here, and I'm going to put some wall anchors over here because I don't think I'm going to have studs where the bracket's going to line up, but that unit's pretty lightweight. Throw a level on it and make my marks where I need to be. Let's get the ball anchors put in. Alright, we're going to put one right in the middle where the stud is. Good to go. Alright, so now we have our bracket in. We're going to drill our hole for our copper and power lines, and then we're going to route those outside, and eventually this unit is going to be mounted right in here. Alright, so we're going to bend this copper real gentle like, and bend it toward the back. It's going to go straight through the wall, just like that. Okay. And then we have our drain line that's going to go with it as well. And then the power line, the communication line is going to go through the wall too. So, just like that. Alright, that came out good. So I'm going to drill the bigger hole. Alright, just using a hole saw here. Make sure we don't hit any wires. Alright, so now that I have a hole in this side, I'm going to go on the outside and drill inward. That way I can connect the 2 holes because this isn't long enough to get all the way through. Okay, we are through. In our case, we're going into a utility room first, and then we're going on a side wall. So I made my penetration here. Next, we're going to route the cables outside. Just be very careful with this copper so you're not kinking it. It's for any of the bends that you make. Alright guys, so I mentioned that there's a couple other things that we bought separately. This being a cover for the outside line set, so we're going to install this as well. You may or may not need it. It's just going to dress up the outside a little bit. So. Okay, so I'm in the utility room where we penetrated the wall. We're going to make the connections to the line set right here. And the drain. Power lines, these all get dressed in, but they go down. And then this hole over here going to the exterior is lower, so the drain can pitch. Alright, so I'm at the point where we're doing the wiring. Again, if you're not comfortable with this, hire a licensed electrician, but typically if you did hire an electrician, maybe they're just going to give you a disconnect box, and we're putting in the whip here. Another thing was a wire gland for their control cable, because they have an open port on here, and just something to to weatherproof that hole would be either that or you could do a wire connector, but I'm using a wire gland, which is going to seal that up, make that watertight. So we're going to put that in there, and we'll do some liquid tight with a whip. And it's just 2 wires. It's a 120 unit, so pretty easy. Just follow the wiring diagram in there. All right, guys, so this is the major difference between that very expensive DIY system out there and this pro install kit. Is one of these pumps and these cheap gauges. These are really cheap to buy on Amazon or Harbor Freight or wherever, and then also you need an adapter for a mini split. Pick that up and you can evacuate your own lines. This unit is already pre-charged with refrigerant, so once you evacuate the lines, determine you have no leaks in your connections, you can release this refrigerant and you have a running mini split. So you could either have a professional come do this for you or spend the $100–150 on these gauges and do it yourself. Alright guys, so we just got done evacuating the line for 15 minutes, sucking all that air out, sealed the vacuum, and we're going to give it about 15 minutes and see if this needle moves at all, and hopefully if it doesn't move, we got a nice tight line so we can release the refrigerant and we can hopefully get this thing up and running here real soon. Okay, we are running the air conditioner at 77 degrees. It is providing nice cold air right now, so it is on, keeping the temperature in the room. And let me show you how this is currently running completely on solar power. Okay, as you can see here, we just added a critical loads panel below our regular grid power panel. So this panel below here is fed by our inverter system, coming from currently 1500 watts on the roof, and that array will expand. So we added this 20 amp breaker right here, and that is the mini split system. So that is what is feeding the mini split out of this panel, and this panel, let me show you where this feeds from. Alright guys, so this is their inverter setup. This is what is powering that critical loads panel that I just showed you, and I'm going to show you our app really quickly. This is showing you that currently our system is drawing roughly 800 watts, and our PV is bringing in roughly 800 watts. And occasionally when a cloud covers, the battery bank will kick in for a couple minutes and then the PV will jump back in. So as you can see that we are completely running our air conditioner off grid right now. So it is possible. Alright guys, so you have seen us install the mini split. You saw that it did actually work on solar, and we've been living with it for a couple days now, and what do you think?
It's cold.
It works. It actually does a large portion of the home. It doesn't do the bedroom, so we're going to add another mini split down there, but it does the kitchen, living room, hallway area, so it's been really comfortable in here the last couple days.
Comfortable for him. A little cold for me.
Well, we got to put it through the paces.
Okay, something that's a little unique with this unit opposed to our old unit was it's got an oscillating feature. So it goes down, it'll go side to side, so you can really get the air flowing throughout your home. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's a nice feature. And then also we have been playing with the app. I got the app on my phone, so I can actually control the unit via Wi-Fi throughout the whole house. So, you know, a couple little improvements that they've made over the last year or so since we installed the last one. But so far, we like it.
Absolutely.
Runs on solar. If you guys have a house that you need some cooling, or a shop or garage or something like that, we do recommend checking out these mini splits. So thank you guys for checking out this latest improvement here on the Homestead. This is definitely a game changer for us here, and like I said, we're going to put another mini split in the bedroom just to kind of cool the whole house. I'll probably make a video about that too. So
so make sure you hit that subscribe button and that alert bell so you get a notification when we do post any more videos.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks guys.